Hello and welcome to HRAI in the Air. Today we are talking with Chris Turner, who's going to be joining the HRAI conference in September, specifically on Sunday, September 18th. We want to give attendees a little sneak peek of why you're going to be joining us. First of all, thank you so much, by the way, for Chris, for taking your time.
My pleasure. Looking
Excellent.
forward to it.
Likewise. Let's start off. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, a bit about your background and your experience in the industry?
Sure. So I am a author and communication strategist with a focus on the global energy transition. I've been writing and researching and working with companies and organizations on energy transition for almost 20 years, since before it was called that. And I have been, very, very much focused on climate solutions for the whole time. I've written several books on the topic. The most recent one is called How to Be a Climate Optimist, and kind of summarizes that nearly 2 decades spent hunting for solutions, and packages it up to say, here's a picture of a very enticing world that we're heading toward.
Excellent. And so that is going to be a focus at this year's conference. Can you tell us a little bit about the discussion points or topics you're going to bring to your talk on Sunday?
Yeah, well, I mean, certainly there's a certain amount of technical detail to what I describe, in that I'm sort of gathering together the front ranks of the sort of energy transition. What is the state of the art look like? What are the biggest, most effective tools that we now have to reduce emissions and build out clean energy and the rest of it? But more than that, really, it's about sort of talking about, providing a way to talk about this stuff that is not just about moving away from something bad, getting away from a crisis, but much more. This stuff creates a really compelling kind of value proposition for everyday life in the 21st century. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And how can you in your industry use that vision as a way to encourage the kinds of change that we know we're going to need to get where we need to on the climate crisis.
Excellent. And I assume the HVAC community has a role to play in that. How will your points on the conference kind of tie into what their job is moving forward?
Right. Well, I mean, a huge piece of how we get to significantly reduced emissions as close to net zero as we can, as fast as we can, is by building out new buildings everywhere we build them, and by retrofitting all our old buildings to be electrified, to be low emissions, to do things much more efficiently. And there's just a huge role, obviously, for heating and cooling systems and other HVAC systems in providing those services. We're it's going to be an age of significant new infrastructure and retrofitted infrastructure, and there's just a massive role for anyone who's in the business of heating and cooling buildings.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. I'll stop you there. I don't want to give too much away from your big speech, but we will see you Sunday, September 18th at the conference, and really looking forward to it.
Me too. See you there.
Thank you so much.